Hey everybody, this is Marcus. Keanu Reeves as the Beyonder. That would be so awesome. So for years, Keanu has been tied to playing Ghost Rider in the MCU. So of course, for those who haven't seen the series, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Ghost Rider actually does appear in the series, but it was actually Robbie Reyes' character who becomes Ghost Rider from the comics that appears in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But what I'm talking about is Keanu playing Johnny Blaze in the MCU. So that might go back behind in the backwater because now there's been ties about Keanu playing the Beyonder, and that is actually solid. And I would love to see that too because the Beyonder is one of my favorite characters in the Marvel Universe, and also Keanu is also one of my favorite actors as well, though, of course, of him being in The Matrix, the John Wick franchise, not to mention that John Wick 4 is coming up as well, but he's also been in several other movies, like sports movies, like The Replacements, and his breakout role was actually in Youngblood, but his other breakout role was actually in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, so that's a hilarious series as well, though, so I love the franchise, but Keanu, definitely perfect as a Beyonder. And I'll explain all this and more, especially with Avengers Secret Wars as well. But for those who are new to my channel, can you do me a solid? Make sure you like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications whenever I drop a video. And we're going to always keep this thing rolling, you guys. Thank y'all so much for your support, for male and female of all ages. Y'all being the moral to me, so you guys are the best, so thank y'all so much. So let's get right into it. So basically, the Beyonder, of course, like I just said, one of my favorite characters in the Marvel Universe, and then of course not to mention that his first appearance was in Marvel's superhero Secret Wars, of course written by Jim Shooter. And I have several of the Secret Wars tie-ins and the series in my vault, in my comic collection, but I wanted to pull these two out just to show it to you guys. So right here, this is Secret Wars 2 issue 3, where the Beyonder literally conquers the world. And so basically he copied Captain America's body and added several alterations to it. Basically, you can see the curly black hair that he has on the cover right here. And then, of course, if you can see the figure right here, that's actually him in the body of Steve Rogers. But in the issue here, he basically actually dyed his hair and added curly waves to it. So he kind of looks exactly like Michael Jackson in this one. And then given the time period where this was actually written in the 80s, it basically makes sense that the Beyonder looks exactly like Michael Jackson, not to mention, of course, Michael's popularity at the time as well, though. So, but yeah, this is a great issue right here. And then right here, this is Avengers issue 261, where the Beyonder teams up with the Avengers. He actually wants to become a member of the Avengers by teaming up with them to team up with the Skrulls to stop Nebula. Of course, Nebula is the daughter of Thanos, and she actually inhabits the ship called Sanctuary 2, which used to be piloted by Thanos. And of course, you see right here, this is actually Thanos' brother, Star Fox, of course. That's Star Fox's brother, and that actually makes Nebula his niece. But family ties aside, this is actually a great issue itself. So, like I said, I believe that Avengers, of course, is definitely going to play a part in this as well. And then, of course, Avengers Secret Wars is definitely going to have elements of the 1984 series and the 2015 series written by Jonathan Hickman, which is basically dealing with more of incursions. But the Beyonder plays a part in that as well, alongside with Doctor Doom, though. So, but the coolest thing about this, though, is that great minds think alike. And I know I'm not the only one who wants Keanu Reeves as the Beyonder. According to CBR.com, there's an article about that too, that they actually want him to play the Beyonder as well, though. So word is going to get around to Keanu and Marvel Studios, and we got to create a petition to make that happen too, though. So again, even though Avengers Secret Wars is not going to come out until 2026, so anything as far as casting goes can definitely happen for sure. But having Keanu to be cast as the Beyonder will be icing on the cake, though. But I have the article right here from CBR.com, and so the title actually does say fans know exactly who should play Beyonder the MCU, and it makes sense. So even though it hasn't been confirmed just yet, we have a really great idea who's going to play the Beyonder for sure. So, but let's get into it, you guys. So, quote, Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe grew exponentially following the death of Thanos in Avengers Endgame. But for all the growth in the arenas of the supernatural and street level, there was also growth of the creation of the multiverse. Now, with endless possibilities, there was also an opportunity for new heroes to appear, like Captain Carter, and villains like Kang the Conqueror. But for all the heroes and villains that have occurred, powerful entities have also yet to appear. But one character, the Beyonder, could finally make his MCU debut thanks to the announcement of Avengers Secret Wars, and fans already know who should play him: Keanu Reeves. The Beyonder was a powerful being from a race known as Beyonders. In the comics, he was young and naive and interested in the events of the Marvel Universe. He started the first Secret Wars by taking some heroes and villains to Battle Road to make them fight. His comic history had him die and be reborn into a mature version of himself, but he was nothing like his elders. In fact, the Beyonder's main goal was to destroy the multiverse as part of an experiment that led to the fated incursion that led to Doctor Doom's Battle World. Should the Beyonder enter the MCU, it's possible that this could be his ultimate plan to avert a multiversal war from destroying reality. But with Reeves in this role, his past roles could add more emotion to the role. While the Beyonder of the original Secret Wars was more childlike and mature, or childlike in nature, his later iteration was far more mature and understanding of the complexity of the universe. But by giving him the mission to end the multiverse as his fellow Beyonders had desired, it would imply he had to be a cold-hearted and decisive individual similar to John Wick. As Wick, Reeves showed a man forced to play a role in the game much larger than he was. Yet, while he carried his conflict on his shoulders, he didn't stop. Bringing this mentality to the Beyonder would show that he's willing to do the unthinkable. Still, his adoration and curiosity for the heroes will make his choices challenging to make. However, the Beyonder's abilities imply that he has vast knowledge of the universe he inhabits, and his reality manipulation powers also imply that few things feel permanent to him. In a way, this mirrors Reeves' role as Neo, where he was a literal god in the Matrix and could bend the reality of that world to his will. With that knowledge, he was nearly untouchable and carried the power to manipulate fate. As for the Beyonder, this same mentality could be implied, but could be used more to show that no one can stop him and that those that try would have to be more creative than ever to earn his attention. In the comics, the Beyonder always had the makings of a complex character. However, each event he appeared to him played him more on the power and spectacle and how his understanding of the Marvel Universe affected him. As he grew more mature, it seemed like the attention surrounding him was less prevalent than ever, and he never became a focal point in story sense. That said, with Reeves in the role, he could give the Beyonder a mature spin and showcase his omnipotence and omniscience, have given him vast wisdom, but also detach him from empathy for eons. Thus, when encountering the heroes of the MCU, Reeves could bring his internalized conflict to the surface as someone that would rather use his powers to make a difference rather than abuse them or try to end realities. For years, Keanu Reeves was always a big name tied to Ghost Rider, and the time would come for the hero to enter the MCU. But by shedding light on his becoming the Beyonder, it is clear that the fans know who he could perfectly embody on the screen. Even better, because the character is lesser known to others, it's a chance to slightly reinvent the Beyonder into someone with more conflict and weight tied to his powers, making him a reluctant adversary with an opportunity to change for the better. That's a perfect script right there for the Beyonder. And for Keanu Reeves. Totally. Like, the comparison between him and Neo definitely fits as well. And Keanu Reeves definitely fits the role. Like, if I was Kevin Feige, seeing this article, I'd be like, okay guys, this is money right here. Let's contact Keanu. Let's go ahead and just make this happen. Even though it's not 2026, we only got like 3 more years as far as like, when the movie comes out. But reading this right now in the early stages, this is perfect because Keanu Reeves is an excellent actor, and just pretty much talking about his omniscience and omnipotence, this definitely fits the mold right here as far as the character the Beyonder goes. Because think about it like this, guys. Like, this is basically just like, it's not technically like the Matrix, but this is basically a comparison for sure, though. Because when you got someone like the Beyonder involved, it'll definitely be great as well. And then Keanu Reeves, especially with the design, he kind of looks like the Beyonder too, though. Even though in later iterations, he will grow a goatee and a beard, but still, Keanu has that. And there was also a point where Keanu was shaved as well. So Keanu has the look that will definitely fit the Beyonder for sure, though. I did pin Ben Savage at first, but then thinking to myself, how would Ben Savage, of course, from Boy Meets World fame, basically would fit as the one from Beyond, like try to scare Mr. Feeney or Topanga and his friends at the same time as well. Like, imagine that. That would be hilarious, though. But still, it's high hopes. It's also on the high list that Keanu Reeves is going to play the Beyonder. So, like I said, we're definitely going to have to create a petition, then send to Marvel Studios, and then have this actually happen. Because from what I heard previously, too, that there's supposed to be like a Kang variant Beyonder, and no, we don't want that. We do not want a Kang variant Beyonder because Jonathan Majors is already playing multiple Kangs anyway. So then, of course, Kang is going to be an absolute threat in the multiverse saga anyway. So that would not make sense at all. And fans, I've read some of the comments. They don't want that either. I think if you want to do the Beyonder justice, have him come as the Beyonder himself, as the character himself, cast Keanu Reeves. Perfect. I mean, I can't think of any other actor that can do it too, and Keanu Reeves is a versatile actor as well, because he can actually go from playing any character, being an athlete and being everywhere else. He could definitely do it though. But yeah, Keanu Reeves for the Beyonder. Enough said. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, you guys. I'm definitely looking forward to Avengers Secret Wars when it comes out. It's definitely going to be epic because Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame was epic. Avengers Secret Wars is going to be epic as well. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my video and to my channel. I'll post a link in the description from CBR as well. They're awesome. They usually post Marvel and DC material all the time, even with several jokes as well, though. But they're geek cultured as well, though. But with this article out right now, there's definitely going to be a high percentage of Keanu. Pretty much everyone wants Keanu to come into the MCU, so it'll definitely happen, though. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. You guys have any questions, let me know. Until then, Excelsior. I'll catch you guys in the next one.